Hello, welcome. My name is Ryan, or Ursa Ryan, as you might know me from the channel, and this is a little bit different, isn't it? This is quite good.
Exciting.
This is what I hope will be the start of a weekly D&D session we're going to do. We're filming on a Monday night because what else is Monday nights good for?
Being depressed.
Exactly. Bloody work. Which is really fun. We're invading Sam's house. Sorry, putting up with us. I'm quite proud of this. We've got like a proper 2 camera setup.
It's exciting.
Yeah, you can see just my hand in that one. This was fantastic. So yeah, we're going to do hopefully what is a week, every week.
Just never work with your co-stars.
Yeah. Never work with your friends.
Or your heroes, I was okay.
That's true.
Exactly. So as I said, what I'm hoping to do is one of these a week, or certainly we are looking forward to meeting up regularly, hopefully. This is something we've all been doing separately for a little while, and well, I managed to convince a couple of you to start a new campaign, which is really good. We're going to jump into it. Should we do introductions now? Might as well get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Viewers of the channel have probably heard Sam before. You've been on several videos, haven't you?
Favourite. I think I'm a favourite.
Definite favourite.
Yeah.
And Fiona as well. I've inflicted Civ on both of you, right, at some various points.
But you haven't seen our faces, so
No.
Which is
you're
good.
welcome.
This is the first time you can see my face as well. Look
This
at
is
this.
terrifying.
Is that what you expected? It's probably less hair than you expected.
Sam can put like a big mask over our faces.
We'll get one of those spray can things.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Exactly. And new to the group generally and to the channel is David.
Hi.
Hey, we managed to persuade along. You've been playing with Sam for a little while behind the
Yes,
scenes, right?
yes, we have. Sam's DMing for my group.
I know.
Yeah.
It's bad, that isn't it? It's a direct comparison between like who's better.
I am secretly taking notes.
Yeah. You keep at least 5 levels of comparison, you know.
I mean, if I don't, then
Mouth
the world might
confidence.
end.
Probably
Blush capacity. It's all good.
No,
I
don't compare us.
Improvisational skill.
Oh no.
I actually don't think there's much to say other than that, so we might as well just jump in.
Sounds good.
Great.
To our, as now, previously untitled campaign.
We're working on it though.
We'll get there.
Semen and shenanigans.
We can't put it on the internet and have the word semen in it.
I mean, nobody watches this just yet. Give it a year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put
actually,
the
no, we've
title
got,
in,
we've got to upsize this, haven't we?
Yeah.
When we're super famous.
Oh.
Totally. Anyway,
Thanks, Sam. It's famous for the wrong reasons.
welcome, everybody, to the world of Xerieos. Woo! So this is a completely homemade world of mine that I hope you guys are going to enjoy. Everything is homemade, from the world to the gods to the locations. Absolutely everything is homebrew. We're using 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons rules. Play along if you want. We print everything off and we've got books flying around. I'm sure you'll see in various dice.
We are not sponsored by D&D Beyond.
No. But we're here. Hello. The world you know is one huge ocean, stretching seamlessly, endlessly in all directions. An endless blue of countless waves, tides and storms, punctuated only by small islands scattered across the map like stars in the sky. Life in Xerieos clings to the sides of cliff faces, atop solitary mountains that stand firm against the relentless waves. It also thrives on the ships and galleons that trade, raid and explore the oceans of Xerieos, seeking wealth, fame, glory or safety. Life is tough, resources are scarce. The weather can kill, as can the creatures that dwell deep beneath the sea, or the pirates that sail on top of it. Even uninhabited islands can host dangerous residents. But out there, just beyond the horizon, could be the fame, wealth, or knowledge that you seek. For where there is danger, there is opportunity. And where there is death, there is lost secrets and undiscovered opportunities to be found. The ship never stops moving, rocking back and forth, up, down. It wasn't that you weren't expecting movement on the Athena, but this is inescapable. The horizon, distant across the deck of the ship, is never still. The waves, endless, disappear under and around the hull, which creaks softly in reply. There's something about the endless movement that, now you've got used to it, lets your mind drift. It's almost pleasant. Life on board the Athena has been strange for the 3 of you. The ship and her crew never stop. Cargo constantly being rearranged, decks being swabbed, Endless lines of rope being coiled, hung, and moved. 3 great sails, billowing full against the wind, forever adjusted and trimmed. Shouts, songs, and talk, patrols, guards, and discipline. Everything comes together in a dance, beautiful in its fantastic chaos. That chaos is disconnected from you, however, as visitors, travellers aboard the Athena. Your role is mostly, there we go, to stay away from the crew and her workings. You're not confined to your bunks. They are comfortable, but unfortunately not private. But there is an expectation that should something need doing on the ship, you won't be in the way. Our adventure began, last session off camera, towards the centre of the known world, a distantly scattered collection of islands called the Inner Sanctum. You awoke on the 23rd day of summer, which was a beautiful, warm day. And this is where we had our session from last time. So we had a little bit of an introduction session just to get everybody used to the characters, try things off screen. And it kind of went a bit like this. Mm-hmm. You were awoken and made to see Captain Grumac, the half-orc captain of the Athena. You were given the task of retrieving a package for the captain for an agreed fee of 25 gold per head. Once the Athena docked on an island called Gelen for supplies. You knew the ship was picking up cargo, getting rid of trade goods, and generally making a stop on its voyage towards the island of Ybrit, which the 3 of you are sailing towards. It's your purpose for being on this ship. You're all seeking passage towards the island of Ybrit. You've all got your independent reasons for doing so. Once you got into the island, you were told the package had been left with a courier or a deliveryman of some kind in a cave towards the south of the island. You were told that Captain Grumac wouldn't be able to assist you. He wanted to keep the matter private and away from his crew, which was slightly suspicious with the 3 of you at the time. And you were told to make your way as stealthily as you could, knowing that it's about noon when you landed and the ship would be setting sail at sunset, about 8 o'clock, with or without you. You made your way through a forest, very skillfully, dodging a very angry wasp's nest, I think it was, at the time. You encountered a sleeping, I think it was a brown bear.
I don't think it was sleeping.
It was dozing.
It certainly wasn't after a while.
Unlike the stealthy approach to which you took with the wasps, it was slightly less stealthy, and you ended up getting into a bit of a fight.
Look, a bear!
To which it was dismembered, and eventually you found a cave. You saw the courier, or whatever deliveryman was waiting in the cave, had been brutally killed. You managed to identify that it had happened fairly recently, but that's about all you found out at the time. And the package was just left on the floor inside a strange glowing circle of some kind. Bravely into the breach. Our party paladin will do some proper introductions in a sec. You bravely swatted and took the package, only for the party to be attacked by 2 horrible, transforming, nasty creatures that appeared seemingly out of nowhere. One transformed into a bat at the top of the cave, and another invisible, blended into the walls of some kind at the back of the cave. 2 quasits, as you found out later. The package almost got away from you, if not for a fantastic javelin throw at the end from our party barbarian.
No problem.
And eventually you retrieved the package and made your way back to the captain, who, in exchange for privacy and secrecy in the matter, you managed to bargain with him another 50 gold per head for when you arrived on Ybrit, should the secret remain safe. And that's where we pick up. The 3 of you in the evening will have got back to your rooms, got back to your bunks. You would have cleaned your swords, whatever weapons you had, with this sort of odd, horrible, sticky green Icarus substance that was sort of attached. The long sword is just a little bit. A couple of the javelins needed, just polishing.
Yeah.
How would you describe the javelins? They're probably metal tips, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Proper, nicely crafted ones. So just like a little bit of smoothing down. Everything's fine otherwise. And the 3 of you went back to bed. Now, this is probably as good a time as anything to give a little introduction into the characters. So, going round, Sam, would you like to
Okay.
introduce your character?
I am playing Blue, the very thick in every sense of the word.
Two C's.
In every sense. He's a dragonborn. He's very rotund. He's about 5'8", and in terms of appearance, he's kind of got an eye patch over one eye. He's got like a big old leather shoulder pad for protection, and he's got this huge kind of like ornate sash going across his chest, upon which he's sewn lots and lots of little bits of kind of lucky charms and other bits of talisman charm bric-a-brac. And he's staring vacantly for most of the time.
Love it. Absolutely fantastic. I just love as soon as I gave you the brief of the sort of island, piratey world, you were like, eye patch. That's it.
Yep.
Gotta have an eye patch.
Could have an eye patch.
Fantastic.
The episode 10 reveal is going to be that he's fine.
Yeah.
All along, it was on the wrong eye.
Oh.
One eye's blind.
A glass eye,
He hasn't
yeah.
figured out what's wrong.
Exactly.
Well, I think you'll find that pirates actually No, let's not get into it.
Don't worry, I know this.
We all know this.
Say
We all
that.
know this, yeah.
David.
Okay, I am playing. I'm going to make it significantly more shorter than my last introduction,
No.
which was like a full-blown paragraph.
And we were like, cool.
Cool. Stop talking.
No.
I'm playing Theren ap Alaric, who is a paladin of the Order of the Blazing Sun, which is a religious order in Xerieos who are tasked with preventing a repeat of something they call the Great Cataclysm, which they believe is why the world is submerged as it is. So Theren is just a little over 6 foot tall. He has charcoal shaved at the sides, up in a top knot at the back. He's had a pretty cloistered life, so unlike our rotund dragonborn, he's got very little in the way of body fat. This is a person who we don't think has ever had any nice meals, ever. So basic paladin, religious gear on him, little amulet with the order symbol, and chainmail, sword, longsword. He's clearly very young, about 18 years old, clearly quite inexperienced. And that's him.
Very good. Love it. And Fiona.
Hello, I'm Fiona. I am playing Aubrey Amblecrown, who is a human barbarian and currently on the ship guarding some cargo. I think the only thing really, if you just imagine a really tall, almost Australian female rugby player, but with two messy buns, that is Audrey. And that's as far as I got with my
I love
description.
Australian.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do an accent now.
Oh,
Now you've gone
don't think so.
specifically
I was
for
thinking
Australian.
physically body type. I think I'm still
Yeah.
working on voice.
She's an imposing figure.
Yes,
She-
definitely.
Definitely
Definitely
so.
so. Yeah.
She could wrestle a crocodile.
Yeah,
Well, she wrestled the bear.
she could wrestle Blue.
She did.
True.
Yeah.
Did you wrestle the bear? You didn't.
No, I didn't. I hit it several times.
Yeah.
But
You dismembered the bear.
I could have wrestled it if I wanted to, but then some Dragonborn got annoyed.
And always in Aubrey's possession is a very large battle axe,
Oh,
right?
100%.
Absolutely massive.
Yes.
Inappropriately large.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I love it. I just have this image of sort of like a slightly anime style. Physics make no sense.
Yeah.
Weapon.
Like, no one should be able to hold this and their arms not immediately pop out of their sockets.
Like a cloud sword from Final Fantasy VII.
That's insane.
Now, at some point, if I get my act together, I'm going to try and assemble some sort of little pop-up on the screen. I don't know where it'll be.
I know, I'm just
don't
like
know how
waving
it's
up
gonna
the
be
sound.
arranged. Yeah, exactly. Hello. All angles. I'm going to try and put the stats up, a little bit of, things like AC and max health and all, just so you can get
I
an
think
image.
that's important. You don't need to know.
Just so you know roughly what's going on. We'll see how I get
You're
on.
saying you're going to do this. By the time this comes out, you've already done all this work.
Ooh.
So look to the awesome graphics
Yeah.
you'll find here,
Which
here,
might not
and
happen
here.
yet, but it will happen at some point.
Which
We'll
may
see
be
how it
around.
goes.
Oh, that's very impressive,
edit
Ryan.
this.
Whoa!
Whoa, look at...
Whoa! Oh my god!
That's my AC.
I think you'll find it's changed.
I'll take 10 off that.
This is where, on the video I'm looking down there, but it's just up
It's gonna
there.
We're just spinning constantly
Whoa.
just to give a...
Everyone's gonna be like, how
Optimization.
drunk are they when they're doing this?
And that's kind of where we left it. So you haven't really missed much. This is our first proper session. We did this little trial session last time, just so people could test the characters out, test personalities. Oh, you should hear the accents. Oh, really funny.
Cries.
And otherwise, we will start. You all went to bed on the 23rd day of summer. You know from the ship that you're on, it's a very large ship. The Athena is crewed by, from what you can tell, about 40 people. There seems to be at least 2 shifts that split the day between them, a day shift and a night shift, from what you can tell. About 10 to 12 people each. There seems also to be a guard contingent of about 10 people who either patrol the ship or the cargo, below deck, just generally keeping themselves busy. They do pay you a fair amount of attention. You've all been on the Athena probably for about a week now, give or take. Maybe a little longer in your case, Blue. Probably closer to about 10 days for you. So you've relaxed a little bit, but you feel like you probably get a little bit more of the share of supervision than maybe the crew would. But nothing that's given you any cause for complaint thus far. Actually, Aubrey, for you, not a bad thing as well. With somebody with cargo on the ship, you're more than happy for people to be patrolling and generally keeping everything. You know that there's Captain Grimac, a first mate and a second mate who you've briefly met on various occasions, and various other people of importance on the ship. You know there's a navigator, a craftsman who you've seen once or twice, but generally busies himself below deck. It seems to be constantly patching up bits and pieces here, scuffing wood down.
Definitely not worried that the ship is sinking at any point. It's like with a massive hole in it.
His chaos is purely internal. Yeah, the facade is beautiful.
Like, the outside was swan, but underneath had
exactly. But generally speaking, you've been left your own devices on the ship. After the day's excursions on the island of Galen, fairly tired. The first real activity you've had to do, probably independently, in quite some time, that you sleep very well.
Or, ever, for some of us.
Now, I would like to know what all your passive perceptions are.
Ooh!
No!
So,
11.
Oh, yeah, 11.
Sorry.
I think you just skipped.
Theren's already in.
They're straight in.
Blue.
Also 11.
11. And Aubrey.
11.
Well, that's going to be very easy to remember. Fantastic. This is great.
I like it comes up on the overlay like 11, 11, 11, Conquer Combo!
You're all really unobservant!
Barely above average.
Sleep for you, it's different for 3 of you. You will sleep in different ways. Blue does snore, your larger frame generally. It depends on which way Blue's lying, Sometimes the scales or the arm can come across, which sort of gives the sort of echo, the sort of weird echo, the sort of snoring noise.
I'm just imagining that Blue is on the bunk on top of Theren, and Theren's just staring up at it the whole night, terrified it's going to break.
It gets lower and lower.
And I wouldn't want to presume these things, but would you say that Aubrey probably snored as well?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Like a volcano.
Yeah, it's like surround sound. It's perfect.
That's fair enough. Actually,
So it's 7 days without sleep?
Theren, weirdly, you've survived. Your sort of military training, you have developed this knack of being absolutely exhausted and just falling asleep. It's a skill that, unless you tell me otherwise, you're fairly proud of. It's the first couple of nights were a bit of an issue, but you've been used to shared dormitories before and sort of other training members of the Order and other senior members of the Order, which are just as bad when it comes to snoring. You're used to it. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
You all dream of various things. Ships, oceans, places you've been, people you've met before. Food. Delicious food. But maybe you're having one of those dreams where the food is always just a little out of reach. It's constantly...
It's a nightmare.
Maybe you're in a room with food and you kind of forget what you were doing halfway through and you've left and you try and go back to the bit of the dream before and it's gone, but then you get distracted with more food in another room of a dream. It's all fantastic. And it's just your dreams become invaded by a sort of just random noises. Just somebody walking in a dream, maybe sort of scratches Something knocks. A couple of maybe sort of noises, little squeaky noises. And actually, straight all 11 passive perception, you'll kind of wake up roughly the same time. It's pitch black. You get the barest sense of moonlight just beyond the small windows of your bedroom. It's well into the night. You're not sure exactly what time it is, but the early hours, somewhere between 1 to sort of 4 o'clock at night. There's no sense of dawn that you can see just from your part of the boat. And you kind of all wake up a little bit, sort of scratching around, and then you sort of hear two things at once. Outside of the door on the deck of the ship, just an occasional call, just people shouting out to each other. You're used to the noise of the ship, but something seems a bit wrong. The shouts are almost panicked. And you're sort of listening into it, not entirely sure what's happening, until you hear something much closer. Theren, probably closest to you, by the base of your bed, where your sea chest is, you can hear the distinct sound of scuffling. Just a lid sort of being almost held up and dropped slightly, and things being moved around.
Oh, no.
I have dark vision for 60 feet, so what can I see?
Perfect. And you have anyone else have dark vision?
This is
Dragonborn don't have dark vision, do
Yeah.
they?
No,
Which I thought was amazing. I thought everything had dark vision except humans, but no, apparently not.
it just feels that way when you're a human.
It's a dark room, but sort of in the black and white muted light that you can see. You can see. What can you see? 4 shapes scattered around the room. There's one by the chest, sort of just below where you are. There's another one sort of skulking towards where Aubrey's chest is, over by her bed. Another 2, one by the door, just sort of ferreting around, looking out, just sort of keeping an eye out. And a 4th, just in the middle of the room, sort of looking under a couple of the spare beds in the room, just sort of lurking around. They're small. You'd reckon between sort of 2-3 feet tall. They're hunched over, sort of leather, rags and cloth, almost like a sort of Dobby from Harry Potter style assortment of sort of sacks and random bits of material, hoods, and maybe one sleeve and not the other, or just random belts and just like scraggly bits that covers this sort of mottled and fluffed up, like a sort of mangy sort of animal where bits of fur have either fallen out or been disrupted from its sort of natural pattern. This sort of horrible black sort of fur. Now, what would everybody like to do?
Do they have any sort of weapons on them that I can see?
That'd be a perception check.
That is a 15.
15. You sort of cast your eye around. It is dark. Even with your dark vision, it's difficult to get a sense of sort of what's going on. But you do see a couple of things just glint just in the low light. A couple of knives round belts. One of them is sort of using a knife to kind of ferret through the clothing in your sea chest.
Right.
They do look like they've got a couple of items on them.
No.
And as you lie there, again, noise from outside, you hear this sort of, almost, you hear a note of panic in a scream. Just audibly outside. It's muffled. There's at least probably 40 feet, 50 feet from you to the main deck, from where you are, and at least 2 sets of doors. So it's muted. With your passive perceptions, you can't hear much, but there's certainly noise.
Okay, I would have been sleeping with my long sword to hand.
Yeah.
I want to draw it and point my weapon at the closest of these creatures.
Yeah.
And demand it back away before it dies.
Okay. That
God.
will be an intimidation check for me.
Don't ever wake Theren up.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay,
It
so you
loses
kind
more
of,
hair.
yeah, you stand, you sort of get up on your bed, brandish this sword in a sort of just heroic back off, and the thing looks up at you, and for the first time you kind of get a glimpse of its face. behind there.
It was so nice knowing you, Theren.
The distinct
I'm a paladin
features
of the
that
order,
you
it's
get
dead.
are of a rat. A sort of... It's standing up on its hind legs, but crouched over, and you can see the knife in its hand, just sort of various little bits and pieces, tools, and you can see it almost has a lockpick on one side of it, or various bits that could be used for sort of various mechanical functions. And its eyes, black, sort of piercing eyes, whiskers, that horrible rat-like face, sort of teeth out the front, and it looks at you, and it just bolts it. So that's initiative. For me, please. We'll do that. The two of you, what would you like to be doing in this time? You sit there and take the command like that.
Mine was more of a technical question. Have we had a long rest?
Yes, you have. You have had a long rest.
Thank God.
We can call it a beginning of campaign rest if you'd
Hooray!
like.
That's brilliant, thank you. I was just like, oh dear, I didn't. Oh, great help. Oh, wow, that's a natural 20.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm assuming that's a pretty good roll then.
22.
22 for initiative. Blue.
14.
14, not so bad. And Theren.
5.
5.
I can threaten like a champ, but that's it.
I love it. What's your dexterity?
My dexterity is
nuts.
+2. In that case,
Oh,
could you roll a d20 for
I
me,
can.
please?
That's 19.
Lift the dice out. A DM who didn't have any dice
I know,
out.
what
What's going wrong with me? What did you get?
19.
19. You go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Tie on initiative. You see the one by Theren, you're spooked, go, "Ah!" and you see all the others just sort of look up and it's suddenly aware that you're awake, and there's sort of this sort of almost like feeling of panic in the room spreads.
So technically, I don't see them because it's pitch blackness. I just heard a noise.
No, that's true, but there's a definite like, ah!
Perfect. I would like to lunge for whatever that is and try and grab it.
Okay. So that's fine. There's one sort of near where your bed is. You can hear the movement.
Yeah.
So why don't you make me a grapple check, which is strength and proficiency, but with disadvantage.
Advantage.
You can't see what's happening.
That's okay. So the first roll is a 15. And the second roll is a 14.
Nice.
So with my plus strength, which is +4, and proficiency, so it's 20 in total.
20 total. You just grab this small creature and like hoist it up, and again this horrible rat-like face. Its breath, it reeks. You can just smell this almost like rotting meat, sort of tangy plant decomposing. You can't quite put it.
Geography
it's
teacher
horrible.
breath.
Oh.
The worst kind. With cigarettes, you know, that sort of just smoky, horrible. And it sort of looks up at you. You can see there is piercings in its ears.
Whoa.
It's horrible, like rat face. It starts pulling away from you. So let's just do a contested strength check just to see if you can keep hold of
Oh,
it.
well.
It's a natural 20.
You are on fire.
Sorry.
So it is grappled at this moment. Yeah. So you've got. So it can't move, can it? So the grappled creature becomes 0. It can't benefit from bonuses to speed, and no, you've got it.
I have it.
Yeah.
It's mine. I appreciate that's more of an action, but can I unarmed strike it against my bed? Like,
Oh, wow.
You've kind of grabbed it.
Yeah,
as
I've grabbed
well,
it,
the
yeah,
grapple
yeah.
check.
That's fine.
So you can't make another attack, but you can say something, or you've sort of moved and
Yeah,
sort of grabbed
okay.
it. You can still say something, or you can.
Yeah. I'll also say it's not nice to steal.
Okay. Yeah, it just sort of looks up at you. It's scratching and flailing and trying to sort of move away.
It's fine. That's all I do.
Okay, the one near Theren's bed is just going to attempt to bolt. So it is within range of you. So if you would like to make an attack opportunity, you can.
Come on, hit it.
As the only one that can see in this light, you can.
Ooh.
That is 23.
23. You definitely hit.
Okay,
Damage.
and so I'm going to do this. 8. Okay, so that's 2 for 6 damage.
6
Nice.
damage. As it's running away, you just, with the sword, just cleave its back, and you just leave this horrible wound. It sort of makes this sort of spills forward. It looks like it's going to stumble and just barely keeps on going as it runs towards the door. with that many. So now, you imagine your room was sort of like a 20 by 30 enclosed space, and it's now moved from the bed, which is kind of where you were, to the door, and has going to open the door.
So it's about 10 feet away from me at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It would... What's it going to do? No, it's just going to do that. The one that Aubrey is grappled with is going to try and escape. So again, another strength check. That's a 0 from this.
Oh, 19.
19. No, you just keep on that. It tries to move away, but it really cannot do anything else. The one that was sort of skirting around the bed, you can sort of see it sort of appears with just this sort of arms full of just various bits and pieces. You can see like bits of clothing, sort of just bits of food you can see, pack rations. It seems to have just picked up whatever it could. It sees you and it just bolts for the door, and this time it gets to the door and swings it open. And that's the first time you see, just coming from the door, there is just this noise that almost seems to be fighting. Like orders being given, shouts, get over there under the main deck. Don't let them near the sail. Just random bits of information like this. And a soft red glow just coming out from the other side of the doorway. Next up, Blue.
Okay. So,
Save the day.
well, no. I've lived on this for 10 days. I was listening. I would know that the door to our chambers, is it a push or pull door?
It is a pull door.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Silent Image on the door and changing the handle to just like the metal bit that you push and have a sign next to it that says push.
He's
Okay.
not already opened it though.
No, he's got his hand out to.
Oh no, he's opened
I
it.
thought he opened it so we
He's
could see the
opened it.
light.
Was he out?
So he's opened the door.
Oh.
The door is open. Yeah,
Damn
you
It was
can
a,
see-
it was a
you can
great
see the
idea.
noise.
Yeah, I know that idea, no.
The idea is, so you could put something by the door or in the door frame, perhaps. Or
No, my
something
whole
like
idea was him just like.
I
Okay,
don't know that intelligently.
I will take a swipe at the one nearest to me with my longsword.
that. Okay, yep. So you can kind of get out. There's one sort of by your sort of box. So yeah, go for it.
Bad squirrel. That is 14.
14 just hits. It goes to dodge, and like as it comes down, and you just crack its head where it tried to sort of miss the blow.
Out
So
come the
roll for
damage
damage.
dice.
Would you let me say that was two-handed?
Go on, then.
I didn't specify.
Didn't specify. You haven't got anything else in your hand at the moment. That's fine.
Okay, that's
nice.
11.
11. You decapitate this
Whoa!
thing. It tries to dodge and go under the sword, and all it does is just bring its neck straight into the impact, and you lop it off, and this rat creature just to the floor, blood everywhere, twitching. Sort of noise comes out of it.
Tony, did you see that? And that's the end of my turn.
It never gets old.
No.
It gets old real quickly.
Okay, so that's your action. Do you want to move about at all, or stay by the bed?
I'll try it now. There's other people in there with us, are there?
No, just the three of you. You can see the room is set up for probably about 6 people, 6 sort of various beds. From what you can tell, it's one of the few rooms in the ship that has actual beds rather than hammocks. It was a nice surprise for you. Definitely a respectable quarter for travellers and guests upon the ship. But no, just the three of you in there at the moment.
In which case, I'm going to run to the door and
Yep.
block it so the free one doesn't try and do a legger.
Yeah, you can move into his sort of area of control effectively. That's absolutely fine.
Player 2 has arrived.
Okay, Aubrey, back to you. You've got this thing in your hand.
Oh no, it's Theren's last.
Oh, and of course.
With the lowest
With the
initiative
lowest
score.
initiative,
I mean, I know
I'm
it's
so
really low, but I
sorry.
do still get to go
I'm
there.
so sorry.
So
You
low.
can see just this blood trail of this creature that's scattered away to the door,
Yeah.
just guiding you to it. And now the door is opened, you can see this faint light
Right. I want to charge at the door, kill the one that's wounded, and try and maybe block the other one off.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you can stand up, move about. I should say at this point, so in terms of armour people have got, you wear heavy armour.
Yeah, I would not be wearing any of that.
No, heavy armour not. It's very uncomfortable to sleep in.
Yeah.
And you wear light or medium armour, I forget.
Light but studded leather. But
Studded leather.
I'm not wearing it at the moment because Blue sleeps naked.
Oh my god!
That's an image I didn't want.
On the way from my bed, can I pick up my shield, which would also...
You can pick up your shield. You know where it is in the box. Actually, while you're over by the chest, make me... Actually, no, we use a passive perception to that. You notice that the box has been really rifled through.
You messed up my system!
You get the distinct impression that they did not respect the organisation of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and not at all.
Now I'm pissed. Right, shield, longsword, run at the door, try and hack down the one that I got before.
Maybe an attack.
Go on.
That is 11.
11. You run up to it, and it sort of turns back. Shit! And like sees you coming, and you swing at it, and it just sort of lurches forward, almost from like its own injury, and just dodges the blow. But
no.
you're now up to it, so the two of you are sort of stood in the doorway. You're not blocking the way, but you're in the threatened area. So like, in order to leave the room, they would have to leave your space effectively. Okay, so now we're back to the top. So unless you wanted anything else to do.
No, I'm fine, thank you.
All right, Aubrey. You've got this shuffling, writhing creature in your hand. It's sort of like trying to scratch away. You feel like it's sort of figuring out that it's not going to get anywhere, and it's sort of looking desperately around.
Here's the thing, though. So seeing that light of the sort of orange red glow, the ship's on fire. I instantly go, my cargo! Not letting go of the creature. I'm going to barrels try and get through the door. Nothing else matters to me now except going to check on my cargo.
Okay.
So can I don't know, is there...
Okay, that's fine. So normally if you're grappling somebody, it's half your movement effectively and a sort of strength check to move them.
Okay.
Make me the strength check.
Yes,
just a sort of unopposed check.
Okay, that was... so strength is just a 18.
Against 10. So you're still very much in control. You grab it and I'm going to let you move full pace because it's such a small creature. So 2, 3, you can pick it up with your strength.
Yeah.
It would be nothing.
I'm just dashing straight out.
Basketballing it.
Dashing straight out. So you just barrel through the... Okay, so is that... So you can move 30 feet towards it. You can kind of get to the doorway with these two now. You're all sort of stood in that area. You dashing or...
Yes.
Dashing, okay.
Just we're in the way.
As you go past, one of them sort of sees you come past and goes, she's got him, and just with a dagger just slashes out at your leg. So it does a 20 hit you.
Oh yeah, that hits me.
That hits you.
Bastard.
No. This, you feel this little tiny dagger scrape
Tiny stab.
just up the side of your leg as you walk past for 5 points of damage.
Just the tip. Sorry, I'm
Far too early in the campaign.
touch it.
Rude humour. But you've managed to make
just-
yourself
yeah.
another 30 feet down the hall.
Yep.
And at this point, I think we should get a map out.
Oh!
So,
Okay.
using our famous zombies, here we go. So there's one currently sort of being held by Aubrey. Another one sort of round the door was sort of here, and then there was another one who just got just outside of her. So you can see this is where you were sort of sleeping down here, this sort of guest quarters room. You can pick beds kind of if you want them, and I imagine probably Theren is the other side of the room. You'll probably order that as far away from each other as you can get, perhaps. And you come into this sort of central hallway. Now these doors again are closed. You can see this red light now coming from small glass panes just on this sort of door frame here. And what were two locked rooms on either side, but now the doors are open and you can hear, with a passive perception of 11, you can hear noises coming from inside both rooms. Now, let's just double check. I just wanted to...
Mhm.
Here we go. So, you barrel out to find one more of these sort of ratty creatures stood by the door, just sort of waiting. He sort of sees you come in with a knife. You hear noises in the rooms either side of you. So you've probably moved 5, 10, 15, so we'll call it, just for the sake of that, 30 feet,
30
and then
I've
out
moved.
from this point on it's 5 feet per square.
Okay. What to do?
What to do? No pressure.
No, I'm just thinking. I think what Aubrey would do.
And these doors are open, aren't they?
The stairs going down, because that's where I went to go get my cargo before.
Yeah, isn't your
Yes.
thing down there?
Yeah, so the...
That's what I'm.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
okay.
think I'd stop. I think I just. Yeah, I've already used my action to dash, so I will make to go as go downstairs. I'm just ignoring that creature.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're just going to go down the stairs?
Yeah, just straight down to where my cargo is.
Okay, fine. So you kind of make your way down that way?
Yep.
That is fine.
With the other creature in tow.
With the creature in tow. That's okay, you can kind of get, so
I assume just like, yeah,
just sort of onto the stairs
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that is fine. Now we go to the one by Theren. So, pretty injured.
Yeah,
It sort of sees everything, it sees Aubrey run past, it sort of assesses the situation and almost sort of twigs that perhaps the numbers are almost swung in its favour. It sort of backs away, it's going to disengage from you with its action. It sort of looks at you and dodges away from your attack, and it goes into this room and disappears out of sight. And you just hear, "They're onto us! Quick, they're coming! Get them!" And just this sort of weird squeaking noise as it comes in. It sort of flitters between common, which you understand, and another more horrible guttural language that is just nasty, that you can't quite picture. So now we go to the one that is being held by Aubrey. It, whilst grappled with you, is going to... What's it going to try and do? I think it's going to try and attack you. So it's grappled with you, so I think it has disadvantage against you. Get off me! It's just hitting you. Its dagger comes out, but you just sort of hold the arm off. Stop it.
No.
Stop it.
Got other priorities right now, my friend. I'll deal with you in a moment.
Exactly. And you hear a reply in this room, just like, "Wait, they're coming! Quick, 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 quick!" And just sort of this sort of muttered noises coming from inside that. Now we are going to. Would this be blue?
Okay. Well, I haven't checked my chest yet, so this one that remains, I'm going to have a try and slice at him, then I'll go and have a look at my chest.
Okay, so make an attack roll. It's dim light still. It's still quite dark in here, so a disadvantage.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
You've got this.
Probably
You got this,
should
come on.
probably
You
should
got
have rolled
this.
that earlier, but I can
It's fine, it's fine.
So disadvantage.
15.
12.
Dropped a hit. No, it just scurries back. These things are small and nimble. They're just sort of moving almost jerkily like in their behaviour.
Okay, well, I'm still going to try and have a look at my chest, so he's presumably going to have a swipe at me as I run over.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're moving out. He is going to take an attack of opportunity
Gonna
against you.
save a Theren.
Worth it.
I'm just amazed at the priorities of this team. Theren's there going, "What are you both doing?
Does a 14 hit you?
We're outnumbered."
14 hits. So you are going to take 4 points of damage, piercing damage, as just this sort of scrape again down your side as you try and leave. So that would take us to ones and
Do I have time to look at my chest?
No, that's fine. Yes, you do. Sorry. So you move over to the chest. Give me. Normally, a sort of perception or an investigation check is sort of an action to do something like that. We're gonna in this campaign be a little bit more action heavy with things like. But what I will allow is if you want to make a bonus action, investigation or perception, you can do so briefly, but at disadvantage. So if you want to make an investigation or perception check, it's advantage. Taking more action, and then if you want to use a bonus action, you do it at disadvantage, which would be anyway because of the dark. So
Okay.
disadvantage investigation.
Nice.
Much better.
14.
14. Again, your belongings, you believe, have just been rifled through, and actually, now you look at it, a couple of little bits of haberdashery seem to have disappeared. One of a bell, a really shiny bell you got from somewhere. Some of your favourite dry jerky from one of the stops you've made before. A couple of the mushrooms you really liked. Those really sort of big brown cap ones that
Not his drugs.
so well.
If Blue could rage,
You think probably your money purse is probably gone as well, but the food is the biggest. Perhaps, I don't know how you would prioritise those things, but they've definitely taken a lot of stuff.
Squirrel's gonna die!
Okie dokie. We're going now down to these. Okay, so you hear some noises coming out of the other room as sort of poking around the corner of this room. You see these sort of face, and he sort of assesses the situation. He sees at the moment Theren stood kind of by himself, sword in hand, no one really around him, and sort of just holds here. And then after that, second one, just sort of appearing, just around, just leaning round. You can almost imagine like one is using the doorway just to lean round, and the second one, his shoulder, leaning round him. As they don't all look around and see what they're doing. We sort of look to each other and just like knives at the ready. And actually, one of them, from sort of the bag on the back, gets out a sort of almost package and sort of opens it up and scatters across the floor these items that just sort of drop everywhere. Almost bits of bone that have been sharpened and sticks and nails and all kinds of just random things that scatter. Now, has anyone got a player's handbook for me? Would you mind having a look at caltrops for me?
I can, yeah.
Please.
Oh dear. I think you're somewhere on the top somewhere.
It's like Lego from hell.
I think, is it a 5x5 area?
I think it's
caltrops?
5x5.
Right.
You can start doing that.
Okay, so it's going to put them
Personality and background.
here. So not quite in the area by Theren, but blocking your path. And the other one is going to do the same thing and put one here. And you can see them watching and they're assessing and they're just...
5 foot.
5 foot. There we go, right. And they're sort of just chatting to each other and assessing it, and they throw these things and they're like, you can't get out now. We got jumped. As they sort of talk to each other. Okay. Lastly, again, another one just pokes its head up around here.
Right, so now we are heavily outnumbered. I'm going to try and finish off this guy.
In the room you're in now?
Yes.
Yeah, you move up to him. Again, you've got dark vision, so that's just a regular attack, so move your person up.
Oh, come on. Yes!
That is a 23.
23 easily hits.
Okay, so that's 1d8. 3, 5, 7 damage.
7 damage. Just straight through its chest. It tries to duck out the way. With the big slices, you know it's going to duck, so you just kind of like taper the blow and stab straight through. And falls down dead.
And as a bonus action, I would like to do 2 things if possible.
Yeah, go for
Shut the doors.
I want to turn, so I've walked into the room slightly to stab this guy.
Yeah.
I want to turn around, yell to Blue that there is now caltrops on the floor,
Yeah.
and I want to run and jump over them using my athletics if possible.
Okay. Right, so because of the way that the door is there, you kind of have to do this weird sort of like stunted
Crouch jump.
crouch jump, effectively, like a sort of Mario slide jump. Sort of
I've
thing.
played Half-Life.
Yeah, exactly. So that's fine. Yeah, make me an athletics check, just for the hell of it.
That was a 17.
17. You just leap straight over, just
Wow.
you land on the floor. So that's probably 5, 10, 20 feet. Still got a little bit of movement if you want.
Okay, I'm gonna go towards this guy and try and stop him escaping.
Okay, yeah, you sort of just impose yourself in the way, and he sort of looks up, knife in hand, looking at you.
Also, oh no, I've used my bonus. Thank you. Yep. Realised I used my bonus action to jump.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm good.
Okay, fine. Right, so now we go back to Aubrey.
Pounding down towards the cargo area, literally to see if my cargo is still there and
Okay.
not got any of these horrible creatures on it.
Fine. There we go. Right, quick map camera. We'll give this a go and see if this probably helps, which I'm hoping it will. Look at Blue! Look at Blue, he's so
I look at
lovely.
it, I just go, actually, I could back upstairs. No.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Right, so we are back at sort of Aubrey, who's
Yes.
played fantastically by Colonel Mustard over there.
Yep.
We've got Theren, his beautiful silver form, who I'm hoping at some point will get painted because he looks awesome. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, I mean, he's got like far too much hair to be fair, and at least I'm killing time until I can hero forge it.
Nah, that's fair. And then the zombies playing the delicious part of the
Ratty
people. El Ratto.
And then the red
So,
area for the cargo.
Audrey, what would you like to do?
So yeah, I'm just pounding my way down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
With the creature in hand. Just straight towards where my cargo was when I last saw it.
Okay, right. So, the map of the downstairs is on the other side of the bloody thing for now.
Oh.
So that's fine.
It's fine, well, it's fine.
You make your way down to darkness. There is
Yeah, of course.
no light down there whatsoever, and it's unusual. But a couple of times you've been down, there have been torches or lanterns being held, and the light has been extinguished. But there is noise. You can hear shouting from further down below deck, but you can hear scuffling, lots of scuffling. With your passive perception, you see movement around the cargo deck. You can hear the noises of a couple of people like attempting to fight, but there is a lot of noise, a lot of creatures.
And there's no light source at all.
Not at all. Not at the moment. With your this like "Wah" sort of thing in your hand. You keeping hold of it as you move.
100%, yeah.
So strength check to see if you can keep hold of them.
That's a 18 plus
Nice.
6.
Oh, 17. I thought that would do it. No, he goes to like sort of twist out and you just wrap him around and give him a bit of crunch. Okay. He sort of sits back.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I'm just going to run towards where my cargo is. Or, yeah, just do blindly in the darkness.
Like a low beam to your
It's going to happen.
You run
I'm
towards
just running towards it, yeah.
where your cargo is. Okay, fine. In the darkness. Now it counts as difficult terrain. Make me acrobatics check because of the fact that you don't know where you are.
I was going to say, does danger sense help me at all in this?
It's.
I can read it out
You would
to you.
have disadvantage, but I'll let you have advantage. So just make a restraint roll.
I mean,
I'll give
sure.
you it for now.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah, it's a sort of uncanny awareness of your situation. I give
Yeah.
you that. No, that's
Okay.
fine.
Ooh, a dexterity.
Yes,
That's a,
with athletics.
Wait, that's a 9.
So acrobatics, sorry, I should say.
Yeah, it's still a 9.
A 9.
Yeah, if it was athletics,
Right.
that would be fine.
You are walking along and you, bam, you stub yourself on some cargo, you knock over a couple of boxes, you're still going,
Yeah.
but your movement is delayed. You're
That's
probably
fine.
about 40 feet away from the...
Yeah, from where I thought it was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine.
exactly.
No worries.
At the moment. Right, this goes back now to... So that one's dead. It's a good place to stay. Okay. Again, movement. Off to the side of the camera, you
There's
see
more coming.
another head sort of poking their way
Oh
out.
god.
And they all kind of shuffle around and sort of they're looking out. They can see the caltrops. They sort of look around. They see Theren stood by the one with the door with the dagger. And they're like, quick, get him, and they all start running at you. They all kind of jump over the caltrops. I'm just going to make quick dexterity checks for them. See how they do that.
Jeez.
Oh, they do that very poorly. Right, so actually two of them are impeded enough so that they don't quite get you through the caltrop movement. With the movement coming around here and the sort of the terrain here. And actually they do take a bit of caltrop damage. So remind myself of what that is. I think it's probably a D4.
I think it's a D4, yeah.
From memory. Let's have a quick look.
Most
Caltrops.
damage to these creatures.
No, they take 1 piercing damage.
Oh, no.
I'm
And
going to
reduces
try and
their-
figure out how
Yeah,
much
reduces the speed. Yeah.
armor class chainmail is.
So they both take 1 damage.
Stab.
But one of them does get up to you, Theren, and it goes to try
Of course it
and
does.
stab you. And it almost, the one that was sort of panicked and waiting by you, it senses its friend get next to you. And there's a sort of a change in its demeanour as that skittish scaredness sort of goes to almost like a sort of twisted smile, and they start weaving together and attacking. So one of them will attack with a 19 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage. As again, just you start fighting off with the shield. One just gets out and just cuts the inside of your arm, just as you're trying to deflect it off. Then we go to these two, who are coming in, are going to see all this occupation sort of going off from here, and they're going to try and jump over and come back into the room and start looting, because they haven't quite noticed where Blue is at this point. So again, dexterity
Who's
checks
just
over the
facing
couch.
a wall.
These two are fine. These two, because they threw it, they know where it is and they can easily get over the thing. They see Blue, and the two of them kind of look to each other and go, "Rah!" and then come at you. So they're going to make their way over, and they're both going to try and attack you with their daggers. Which is a 11 to hit.
That would hit because I'm naked.
Even with dexterity?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fine.
Armor class would be 11.
For 15 to hit, so yeah, both hit. So
No.
that is a 3 points of damage
Okay.
and 7 points of damage.
Oh, shit!
Oh, that is not good.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So we are now going back to the top. It is Aubrey.
Is it me? I thought.
Nope.
I was gonna say these
No,
guys.
Darren, that's it,
These,
yeah.
wait, have you gone?
No. No,
I
it's
don't
me.
know what's going on.
It's
I was
me.
gonna say, everyone else
Right,
has
hang
gone.
on.
All these horrible enemies have gone, and then these
Blue,
guys
Blue.
are staying
Yeah.
I
here.
skipped. The problem is I've got you've gone for 2 different waves at once here. So here we go. Yeah, so it goes back to this
whoops.
one. Right.
Isn't
Yeah,
it you?
it's blue, and
It
then
is
it'll be-
me. So, I was at my chest. I see that some of my bric-a-brac's gone, but I'm not too worried.
Technically, you've moved before those two. So if you want to make an attack, that's fine. I'll let you kill one of them. That's my fault. I completely got the initiative wrong here.
Yeah, well, I get an attack of opportunity.
No,
No,
so
just if you want to move, if you do attack them, you don't have to.
you should have attacked before these guys attacked you,
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, right, no,
So-
well, it's kind of scuppered.
Well, you can go for it.
What I'm going to do is reach into what does remain in my chest.
Oh, no, it's not the
Find
fucking frog.
it is the purple fucking frog. Bring out this small box
Right, but more than that.
with holes in it, and bring out this confused looking frog and quickly just give it a big lick. And I go, "Cure my wounds, Philip," and give him a big lick, and that is
Philip.
that
Doesn't fucking work.
1d8 plus 4.
What?
I mean,
I
look, you
believe
can't,
none
you
of you
can't
guys are
blame
gonna
us
see
for
this.
not trusting him.
Last session, I offered Philip to these two multiple times.
I mean, many times it was refused because it was a rather.
Oh, whoa.
So 8 points back.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, that just familiar slimy taste. It's quite good. It's almost mushroomy. It's a nice sort of earthy taste.
It's good. Num 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 num. Okay. Now, what do I do? So that's my action.
Yeah.
I could run away so I'm closer to you guys.
I mean, I could certainly use some
I was gonna
backup.
say someone might.
How big are the portholes?
The
Oh my
portholes.
god.
In terms of the windows, oh right, small. We're talking less.
We're
than
not
a
doing
foot
Winnie the Pooh.
in diameter. Where these are small things.
Okay.
They're more to let light in rather than to be used as
escape routes.
Rather rotund dragonborn out.
Would you say these two are kind of in the same 5 foot square?
They just about, yeah, they're small creatures.
Okay. Blue turns to them and goes, "You took my jerky! Achoo!"
Oh my god.
And shoots out a 30-foot by 5-foot line of lightning as he sneezes.
Nice. So
They
let's have
have
a
to
look.
make a...
The line of it's a 5-foot line.
Yeah, so going
So kind of
out
like
there.
that.
Yeah,
You can't get any in the hole, but you can get those two from where.
Yep.
I'm suddenly becoming aware I'm the weakest member of the party.
If you moved kind of to here, you could get a couple in the hall as well because the doors
would
are
that
open
be
as
staying
well.
in engagement?
Yeah, as long as you
Okay,
stay.
okay,
You
so
kind of shuffle around.
okay.
Yeah, 'cause they're kind of in the same.
I'll strategically move,
Yeah, I'll let
even
that
though
happen.
he doesn't realise he can do this.
I think you just so happen
It's
to
up to you.
slice
It
it.
depends. You don't have to
No.
metagame.
Blue doesn't know he can do this. It just happens when he sneezes.
Okay.
Okay, so you've got to make a dexterity saving throw to beat 11.
11. So the two that are near you. Dexterity saving throw. That is an 11.
So they win.
So he passes. 4. So one fails. One pass and one fail, and then the two in the hallway. Oh, that's off the table. 16
Passes.
Okay.
and a 16.
Passes.
Okay, so...
2 passes.
But
3 passes.
Yeah, two in the hallway,
Sorry,
and then
and
one
one
and
in
one
the- yeah.
in the bedroom.
Yeah.
another D6 somewhere.
So
Okay.
is it? I'm guessing it's half.
It's
of
half on, yeah.
it. Roll high, Sam.
Thank you.
It's okay, man.
Oh.
So the ones that fail get 2. The ones
2
that
points of damage.
succeeded get 1.
Hey, that is better than nothing.
Lit up the
Yeah.
room.
Oh,
So,
Wow.
god damn. Should have run.
you just this sort of tickle appears in the back of your throat, and just lightning sprouts out. You don't quite see it because your eyes are closed. Because who keeps their eyes open when they sneeze? But
Psychopath.
zap, and you open your eyes, and the creatures in front of you are a bit singed,
Around them,
smoking,
except
stood at you, and sort of like. Huh? Actually, make me an intimidation
Yeah,
check
come on.
with advantage.
Come on, Sam.
Come on. That's good.
Still good.
That's
Still good.
very good.
Come on.
23.
23. The two near you kind of look up at you, and then look at each other, then look up at you, and like, she's a dragon! He's a dragon! And then look like they're about to try and run away.
Fucking yes.
What's going on?
Yes.
So those two have acted because we've got that out of
Thank you.
order. So now we are back to Theren.
Yes,
At
right,
the door.
okay.
You can see 2 of them stood by you, another 2 running up with knives. You feel suddenly like the tides have shifted, and these individual scuttering creatures have realised suddenly the numbers are in their favour, and they're just going to try and swarm you.
Okay, right. I turn to the closest one, and I'm gonna swing at it with my longsword.
Okay,
Come on.
make an attack roll.
That is 15.
15 hits.
Yeah.
Yes! Right, okay.
We're really excited.
Just
Come
checking
on.
I've got the D8.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, right.
Come on.
5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Yeah,
Which
not-
one are you attacking? The one that was
The one
stood
at the
there?
door.
Yeah, the one that was already at the door.
Okay.
High rolling.
Yeah,
tonight.
again, it sort of is ducking around you, you manage to catch it and just leave this horrible cut up one side of it. Its arm goes limp, but it's still got its knife and it's like, trying to get you.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith
Yes.
on myself,
Yes.
Clever.
which will take my AC from 15 to 17.
Nice.
Very good.
Hey.
Okay.
And that's it.
So,
Are you moving?
And I'm holding ground.
what, your AC without your armour? So you've got your shield, which is...
Yes, so 13 plus my dexterity modifier, which is 0. Shield makes it 15.
So you should, it's 10 plus 2. So your AC at the moment is 12,
Shit.
and then you've got plus 2, which is 14.
Oh crap.
But
Okay.
then wait, hang on. So
I thought it was. So
well, no,
13.
but then plus Shield of Faith on top of that. Right?
Yeah, so you've got AC of 10 because you haven't got any armor on,
Right.
and then you've
I don't know
got
why I thought it was 13.
Dexterity, which is plus 0,
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
and your shield plus 2,
Yeah.
And then.
and then shield of faith.
So 14.
14. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that it matters, but I'm just
You're now. It's better that you got it now.
Yeah, it's better
totally,
than 12.
totally. Yes, you just again this sort of shimmering light from the emblem around your neck just sort of pulses over you slightly and gives you that sort of radiant energy. And again, it certainly this show of magic has made the creatures sort of reassess you. They're still they're still coming for you, but there's that change in sort of perception where suddenly you're not quite as there's an element to you they can't predict. And you can tell just that difference in how they're moving is a bit more uncertain than it was before. So action, bonus action. Do you want to move or are you staying there?
I'm holding ground.
Holding ground. Okie dokie.
No one is getting past me until they swarm me and I die. I didn't like that laugh at all. It made me really nervous.
Yeah, Ryan does
Yeah.
Okay. So, Aubrey, as you're sort of stumbling around the lower decks, this sort of shuffling noise that you hear all around the cargo, it all sort of stops, and you can hear sort of like, there's someone down there, there's someone on the floor, quick, and like voices everywhere. You can hear 4, 5, 6, 7. It's difficult to tell how many voices there are, but they all start sounding around you.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
All
You're
around
probably
me.
still about 40 feet from your cargo, where you are now.
I'm still going to run towards the cargo, but I am really getting annoyed. So, gripping the creature in my hand, I'm just going to rage as my bonus action.
Just
That's a rage,
rip it
yeah.
apart.
and
Perfect.
then, like, again, just don't care anymore, going straight for my cargo.
Straight from the cargo. Okay, right, you move another 30 feet. Make a strength check for the one you're still grappling.
Oh, it's with advantage because I'm now raging.
Yeah, now with advantage.
Good, that was a 4. 11 plus 6 is 17.
You've still got this thing, just by the scruff of its throat, just grabbing it and bringing it with you. It's just panicking.
Yep, and then straight to the cargo if I can reach it.
That's fine. Do you want to just move the colour mustard and the one he's by just off? Yeah,
Off
just
piece,
off.
yeah,
Just
done it.
That's fine.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Jesus.
Can't.
And to the top. So you make it sort of to the cargo. You're kind of near it, about 10 feet
Yeah.
away from it.
Okay.
With your movement.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I am going to say I don't know what I'm going to say. I'm just going to let out the mightiest roar and howl as if to sort of like just to sort of because I'm so angry I just can't control my words and I just
Yeah.
to sort of not I hope to intimidate the others.
Well,
but
no.
just,
I'll
you
let you
know,
make an intimidation check.
Okay.
Because you're raging, use your strength instead of your charisma for the,
Okay.
for the intimidation check. So it'll be your strength modifier,
Yeah.
and then if you're proficient in intimidation, you
I am.
get that as well.
Okay, that'll be +6.
And you make it with advantage because you're raging. And I'm making it a strength thing because it's more of a show of force at this point than it is
It's 25.
25. This roar just echoes out through the
Yeah.
deck of the ship, and the noises around you just stop, and everything goes very quiet.
Nice.
Yeah, I just grip my new friend even tighter.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
clawing away at your hand at this point.
Yeah. And that's all I do. I'm sorry.
No.
That's all I do.
Okay. No, you do it.
In character.
I know, but
Okay,
Audrey's not very good with friends.
so
Audrey with no friends, big adventure on the ocean.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
so the injured
Yeah.
one near Theren is attempting to. What's he going to do? He's pretty injured, and he doesn't like this newfangled magic. So he is going to, with his action, disengage,
Whoa.
and he's going to disappear and go down the stairs.
Friend.
we now have these two, these three. No? Yeah, okay. So these ones, they're going to sort of all surround you. They're coming round and they're sort of eyeing you up.
Okay.
And they're sort of looking around. You can see they're just sort of assessing almost what you're wearing as much as anything. And they're all just going to try and start attacking you.
Okay.
Unfortunately. This might be... 11 to hit.
Nope.
Yes.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
And a 14 to hit.
14 is my armor class.
So the critical hit is going to be 8 points of damage.
Okay.
As one just catches you just under your guard, straight in the gut. Just this horrible pain just floods through you.
Yep.
And the next one's going to be 5 points.
Okay.
Are you alright?
No.
No. It's
You're up.
tough. These things, while they're around you, you just get this sense that they have this organisation, this sort of pack mentality that just makes them so much more dangerous than if they were isolated. Much braver as well. So that is the action. And it goes down to blue.
How scared do these guys look?
They look like they're about to bolt.
Okay, I'm... Go, oh, you're forgiven about the jerky! And I'm going to try and run towards outside where I hear fighting.
Okay, so Shamu, you moving?
Out here.
Okay,
So, 1, 2, try and jump over.
Okay. As you move away, whilst they're fleeing, the fact that you're fleeing in the direction that they were going to flee, they are going to impulsively attack at you with that movement. Whilst they are intimidated, you're kind of going through their space.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's fine. That is 15 to hit
Yep,
and 21 to hit.
that hits. Back here.
It doesn't stop you moving.
No, you keep going.
2 1s on the roll. That is lucky.
That's lucky.
Genuine 2 1s on the roll
That's
there.
amazing.
6 points of damage.
Oh, okay.
Between them.
Okay. Okay, so do I get to over here?
Make me an athletics check.
Okay.
Because again, the doorway's kind of, it stops you from naturally jumping.
11.
11, you just about make it.
Nice.
Over the top.
Still got Philip in my hand. Ow!
You cure wound?
Oh my god.
Cure my wounds, Philip. That's plus 12. So
12 hit points. 12 hit points you heal.
So I've just seen a naked dragonborn jump, lick a thing, visibly appear much better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Christ.
as you
It's like,
expected.
one would almost say maximally better.
oh my god.
Okay.
And that's
So,
bonus action.
you've still got bonus action?
Come on, Terence, you can do this. And
Fucking.
I inspire you.
Great.
Maybe you'll hit?
Just to be honest, you've had the moment where you've been fighting against these things by yourself. You feel very surrounded, but even the irritating figure that Blue is, him sort of
It's
coming
welcome.
out, and you can see his wounds healing as he walks through the corridor, and this strange sense of, and actually any company at this point is welcome. You feel inspired.
Better in my PJs with my shield.
Little order badge embroidered onto them.
Name on the back.
Just imagine a fat, semi-naked dragonborn jumping over caltrops in slow motion. Who wouldn't be in slow
So we're in this room and just want to get away from Blue. Are going to, one of them is going to move up and shut the doors, and they disappear from sight. That takes us back down to
Is it not? Is it Theren?
Theren.
There.
Yeah. Okay, so if these things hit me once more, regardless of whether or not I heal myself or what tiny amount I can do, I'm down anyway. So I'm just gonna hit one.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So your learn hands is a bonus action or an action?
It's an action.
Action. Okay, that's fair enough.
You do have a bardic inspiration.
So that will be 13. Is that enough to hit?
Would you like to commit to that, or would you want to use your inspiration?
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Yeah, come on.
15.
Just hit.
Right, okay, right.
You see a 14. I was going to let you do
Okay,
it.
and
Okay,
these things are big skittish when I'm using magic, aren't I?
Yeah,
Aren't
come
they?
on. Do
Right,
it,
okay,
do it.
so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wind back the sword, and as I swing, I'm going to ignite it with Holy Flame and use Divine Smite.
Yes, come on.
Okay.
So,
You see the long sword light up, just almost like white flame sort of comes out the blade. Just
right, and I'm going to aim for the one on the far right closest to
The one that's in
the door.
already.
And no, they're all on
okay.
full health.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you injured.
So, that's 6, 13, 17 damage.
You just obliterate it. Your sword passes through, and just either side of the sort of stunted corpse that you leave, it just erupts into flame and is almost cooking away the body just before it even hits the floor. Make me an intimidation check.
Come on.
With advantage.
Come on.
I mean, I was just about to
Come
stick
on.
that sword. Can I do a thing first before I intimidate?
Go for it.
Can I stab my sword through it and then like turn to the other two and just go next?
Yes!
You very much can.
Okay, that's
With advantage as well.
okay. Well, that first one is 16 plus 7. Yeah. Okay. So 16 plus 7. I'm terrible at mathematics.
23.
Thank you. 23.
23.
You hear
Yeah.
from the bowels.
Yeah. You just they kind of all look at you. So one of them is dead, right?
This guy's
Yeah,
dead.
Yeah, because he uninjured one. That's fine. I'll take him off for now.
Splat.
Oh yeah, he's gone. He's like not even in
Nice.
existence
That was
anymore.
Had to be done.
Beautiful.
Had to be done. Thank you for the dice.
Whoa.
That was grade A
Nice.
teamwork.
I understand bardness now.
Okay, so the two stood by you, one injured, one not. They just look at you and then just drop their weapons and they're just going to run off. Again, look like they're just about to bolt. Right. So,
Meanwhile,
what do you do? No, you see. Ooh, looking pretty scary right now. You've got the one that you're holding is going to try and break away
my one, yep.
quickly. Strength check
Whoa, it's a 16.
with advantage because you're raging.
Of course. Still a 16.
16. This time, just after you scream, you're just like, you're so furious. You look down and he's just gone. He's just managed to get himself
Even
out.
more
Kind of
furious.
nips you on the way down.
Bastard.
He's going to disengage and run off into the darkness. You hear movement around you, but you can't pinpoint any of it.
No. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of them.
Oh jeez.
You hear noises approaching
You take 500
quietly.
points of damage.
2-3 locations around you. You can't quite pinpoint them, but they're coming closer.
Okay.
But it is your turn still.
It is my turn. I'm going to lunge for what I believe is the closest one and try and hit it with an unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Yeah, I don't have any weapons with me.
Okay. You left your in the room. Okay, fine. Yeah. Go and attack.
I'm guessing at disadvantage.
Yeah. Unfortunately, because you can't see at the moment. It's
Yeah.
very dark.
8. Unarmed strike plus 6, so that is 14.
14 somehow hits. So that's unarmed strike is 1 point of damage
1 plus my strength, so it's 5.
plus your rage.
That's 7.
You swing out and you hear this crunch and just something drop by you.
Good. Good. I'm still angry because that was my main thing. Is I needed to have hit something, so I'm like still angry.
Yeah, fine. So you kind of moved maybe 10 foot up to what you thought was one, smacked it, crunch, it's fallen. You've got another 20 feet of movement.
Cool.
Actually, is your movement?
It's 30 feet.
30 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
Did second level barbarians, do they not get more movement? Or is that later
No,
on?
it's 30, I think.
Is there, at one of the barbarian levels you get more?
Yes,
But I can't remember what it is.
quick to the books.
To the internet.
To the internet!
The internet says...
Who's going to win this?
5th level, ignore me, don't worry. It's
Wait,
a monk I was thinking. It was a monk.
Oh, I wish I was that
Wait,
quick.
we're not 5th level?
No, you're 2nd level.
Ah, that was...
Does this explain? Okay, I'm then
what?
going to round on the next noise and just continue my rampage.
Okay, just run up to where you think the next noise is and you can hear it scuttering around past you. Yeah, that's fine.
it. Yeah.
That's fine.
Time to do damage on them. Yeah.
Okay, so... Right, back to... So he's dead. He's gone. It's
He
just
did.
like a list of
It's,
destruction as I go down this.
Most of these guys.
These two,
Trust me, if you
Right,
look at my hit
Theren.
points now.
they've dropped their weapons, they turn, and they disengage, and they just leg it downstairs, past and outside. Just not wanting to stay by this flaming being of death that just disintegrated one of their friends.
And
At this point, I barely have the life left to hold my shield up.
boom.
Okay, so that is them, and then we go down to... Oh god, I didn't expect you to fight this many people in one go. You hear sort of noises coming from inside of the bedroom, just sort of big sort of noises, things being moved, but you can't tell what's happening inside.
They're barricading the door.
No, what would you like to do?
I kind of see Theren kind of half in shock breathing, and I just walk up
He
to him.
looks bad. He's taken a couple of pretty nasty sort of stab wounds.
I take Philip and I just go,
I do this face.
That's actually illegal in so many countries.
okay, you get 9 points back.
Oh,
Holy shit.
shit.
Yeah, and just this distraction of having this horrible slimy toad just rubbed in your face, and just a weirdly unconnected just feeling of relief from below your injury. Just sort of, yeah, it feels a lot better. You can feel the wound starting to stitch itself up slightly.
Philip cures wounds.
That's your action, your movement. Anything else you'd like to do? You've probably still got some movement. To go up to it, you would have gone
Yeah.
5 feet,
5
5 feet
feet.
forward.
Have you got all your stuff?
I'm not wearing my armor.
Okay, so we need to go back in?
We need to go back in. Wait, no. Where's Aubrey?
Oh shit. Okay, and I start running down.
Wait!
Naked Dragonborn.
Don't run. Running is making this worse.
Okay.
They're stuck in our quarters.
Yes.
Aubrey's downstairs.
Yes.
I swear, really loud, downstairs it is.
Okay.
And, yeah.
There you go.
Boop, 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 boop.
6 seconds, eh?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
It's
alright.
fine.
Still, and you make your way downstairs.
I'm guessing Theren goes as well then. Because it was on your turn.
So, that's Blue's turn. We've had these people, and now it is Theren's turn.
Yeah, I'm going to follow, and as I do, I'm going to sort of place my palm on my chest and use lay on hands for 5 points.
Okay, yeah,
So-
again, you just feel that sort of faith well up inside you, and again, what Blue has started, your wounds start to sort of knit themselves closed again. Right, before we go to the top of the round, we're going to take a quick break,
Yeah.
get ourselves some drink, go to the
Oh
toilet,
my
and
God.
relax a bit. Wow, this
Relax a bit.
is way more intense.
I was on 2.
I know.
2.
1! I was on 1!
I mean, talk about rushing forward to the next level before you finish the one you're on. Oh. Slava, I love it. I love it. This is great. This is me having to
Yeah,
massively
like
go
you
there.
said, I love it. This is great. And we're all like going, why?
Right,
Why am I
let's take a
doing this?
break. I'll see you in a sec. Right, Oh, that was an enjoyable stress wee, wasn't it? Let's keep going.
Stress wee.
So, Theren was the last one to act. So you make your way down the stairs, just into the sort of rear of the ship there. Well, no, actually, no, you're at the front of the ship. What am I talking about? Of course you are. The roomy rooms at the front of the ship, not the back of the ship. So you make your way down the stairs and slightly into the corridor. You can just about get off the stairs and just into the corridor. Yeah, exactly, with your movement. Now, how far is your dark vision?
60 feet.
60 feet, and your passive perception
11.
is 11. So, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Right, I'll let you go.
Yeah, so you can see Aubrey about here. It's made her way right into the deck, and there's a couple of things that you can see. Surrounded by various creatures sort of coming towards her. You can see the corpse of one just by her feet. It looks like the face has just been snapped back by a terrific sort of punch, but you can see two of them very warily still like trying to creep forward towards Aubrey in the center. That's kind of the last thing you see in your turn.
Can I say something before
Yes,
my turn
you can.
ends? Right, okay. So, I see all of this. I see Aubrey and I call her, Aubrey, light a torch and start screaming.
Okay, that's what you say. Right back to the top. Aubrey.
I hear this noise, but it's sort of... yeah, I'm so angry right now, but I sense there are creatures near me, so I'm just going to go and try and punch another one.
Okay, right. So you can probably do this as with your passive perception. You can
11.
you know roughly where they are.
Yeah.
Because they had terrible stealth rolls, but you still have to you'd still be at disadvantage. So you can kind of make your way over to one. That's fine. Oh, cameras! Look at that. It's just sort of like there we go. That's a bit straight again. It's gonna wonk.
The ship is rocking.
Both ways. So, yeah, you kind of go up to one, move your character up to one you want to attack, and at disadvantage you can attack.
7. Okay, so 7. It's going to be a 6. So it's a 13.
13. You swing out, and Theren, you can see it just fractions away from it, and it just pulls back in time and slices out with the knife, but doesn't, they just sort of swing at each other at this point.
Like that, only better.
I don't tell you how to do your job. Okay, so now.
Oh my god.
Also, stupid question. I'm guessing my rage continues even if I don't hit anything. I've gone to hit something.
You try to attack something.
Right, okay,
so, yeah.
Right.
And there's still, you attacked something last turn. So
Yeah.
you're still
Yeah. Just
That's
making sure.
We'll have to read the exact rules on it, but you've tried to attack something this turn.
And I'm
I
sure
think if anything attacks you
I'm
as
sure
well.
they're going to attack me anyway, so it's not a problem. I'm just making sure it's...
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Blue, it's your turn next.
Okay, so first, as a bonus action, I hear Theren say, like that but better, so what he said, like whatever you're doing now, but better! And you get one inspiration.
It's so inspiring. I love it. It's absolutely great.
Our characters must have the lowest self-esteem for this to be inspiring.
You don't know Aubrey. You don't know her.
That's fantastic. Okay, cool.
And he'll also shout, don't worry, Abby, I'm coming. 1, 2, 3,
Abby?
4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And I've still got an action, but...
It's also really dark, by the way.
It's really dark.
Like pitch black.
You're moving into pitch black at this point.
Would Blue just run in anyway?
You tell me, what would Blue do?
What would Blue do?
No. Are there any torches? Can you see anything that, like a lantern?
You can't see anything down here. It's pitch black.
And you wouldn't remember there being anything from...
You can make me an intelligence check.
I'm
Your best kind of
I'm
checks.
reaching.
Natural 20. Oh.
So that'll be 14.
Just an
I'll just
intelligence check.
Yeah, it's not
14.
14. You know what? You do. I mean, torches on the walls. like generally speaking, that's where they would be. They've got to be somewhere on the walls.
Okay.
But it's so strange they're not on. If they're on the walls, why aren't they on?
Okay, I go clip on, and I use prestidigitation to light them up.
Okay. For the purposes of this, make an attack roll.
Okay. Just. Oh no, I'm gonna set fire to the ship if I miss.
Just all the windows blow open.
Like a spell attack roll?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be 17.
17.
Oh.
You kind of just somewhere between intuition and guesswork. Just on it comes, and the torch just lights itself.
Oh, shit.
Not on the wall, but on the floor just below. You can see it just sort of burning against the wooden floor, but is just sort of 15 feet in front of you, so just by the corner. It looks like the torches have been ripped from the walls and just sort of stood on a couple of times, but it lights up again.
Full disclosure, prestidigitation, you can light up a campfire, but I presume I could maybe stretch that to lamp lights, but if not, I'll
It's
take
like
that.
it's like a light. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. It's like a lantern
So
on the floor.
how far in can I see?
So round that, lamp light is 15 feet bright round it. So it's sort of, and then 15 further into dim light. So it's
so you
difficult to
capture
see
the
where you are.
sun.
You can see now, not quite Aubrey, but you can see this thing creeping up to her in the middle.
Okay, I run up, I'm going to shout to it, pick on someone slightly less your own size. No, slightly more your own size.
Okay.
I mean, that works because it's not. Yeah?
Okay.
It's the other way round.
Yeah.
But yeah, it works.
Yeah?
You're bigger on the inside. Wait, what?
I'm so TARDIS.
Okay.
Oh.
Blue, as you watch,
Oh,
creatures
sod.
just dart out that you hadn't seen before
Oh,
from the crates, not towards you, but with their eyes towards Aubrey. Aubrey, with your passive perception, you see the one coming in front of you and you're ready for it, and you sort of, you just hear this thing coming, but you don't hear the two that appear from behind
That's
you.
fine.
And they are going to attack you, and again, they start just teaming up on you.
Yeah.
So that is 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Two natural 20s.
Those do hit.
There's a natural 20. Natural 20.
That's fine.
That's brutal on 22. So one hit and two criticals.
That's fine.
So we'll go for the hit first. That's 5 points of damage. Half is 2 points.
Okay.
And then we've got 7 points of damage, which is the critical, so 3.
Yep.
And 7 again, so 3.
I'm alright, guys.
These things just start leaping onto you and just stabbing, and all around you can't see them. You go to duck out of dodge out the way of some movement you throw in front of you, and you just this scrape on the back of you, and you pull away from that, and again in front of you, and you start feeling just completely overwhelmed by these things. They're just everywhere right now.
Yep.
Okay, Theren.
Okay, I'm. No choice, I'm running in.
Okay.
Okay, so
Theren runs in.
are these one square is 5 foot? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so
10, 15, 20. So as you get this, you can see now. I'll because you need to maybe a disadvantage perception check because of the darkness and because of the fleeting nature of it.
do I get anything for dark vision?
No, because it's we're doing this quickly, so it's what you
Right.
see is sort of like a
11.
11. Okay, so again, you actually let's just do these. I don't love these ones.
what are these ones? What do you mean these ones?
As you walk in, your military sense it kicks in. You see them all round Aubrey, and you feel like you've seen their pack mentality. Your initial thought is to look for more, and you see more. This time appearing out of the cargo on the various sides, all starting to sort of crouch in various places. One looks like they're going for Aubrey, and another load sort of appearing from the walls. They seem to be everywhere.
Shit. Right, I mean, I can't do any sort of... I can't do anything. Okay, I call out to my companions where they are and how many. So I'm yelling at Aubrey, 2 in front, 2 behind, 1 on the left, blue, 2 to our left, 1 to our right. Then that's it, I just can't do anything else.
My right or your
Doesn't even
right?
see.
Our right!
You still got your action, so you could dash if you wanted. You can call. It's up to you. You're looking around. You are a military man. You
Yeah.
see these, and there's just an element of you that thinks, "Oh, this is bad."
Okay, right. What can I see? Is there anything? Does gunpowder exist?
It does. Yes.
Is it here?
You with an 11 perception check, you don't know. You're not sure. You know that there are parts of the ship that sort of thing would be stored. And actually thinking about it, from what you've seen, you know a lot of the logistical equipment is in the rooms behind you.
Okay, the torch is sort of around here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, okay. For my action, can I pick up the torch, try and make myself as big as possible, start waving it, and just start, bestially screaming?
Yeah, make me an intimidation check.
That is 10.
10. You start waving it around and sort of, just screaming as you sort of, with this torch, and they all start looking up and paying attention, so they're suddenly aware that there are more people in the room. Now, back to the top, Aubrey. You all of these things around you, with your passive perception, you actually start to sort of, again, you hear more sort of the pairing.
Is there any weapons on the floor at all near me?
There are a couple of daggers, probably, from the bodies that you sort of picked up. There's the corpses sort of around you.
No choice, I guess. I'm just trying to think. There's 4 of them. Okay. I think hearing Theren, I kind of realised that, might have been a bit stupid to come by myself. So I'm going to go towards him. I'm just going to disengage, action disengage.
Action disengage.
And then go towards him.
Okay. You make your way, and as you sort of get close, you can see this faint light. That sort of, as you come into the bright light, you can suddenly see, and it's relief as you sort of come out. Again, you just kind of, you time it and you hurt yourself out, and you hear this sort of noise coming from behind you. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're sort of around there now. Okay, that's your movement, your action.
Yes. Nothing bonus wise.
Will you lose your rage?
If someone attacks me, which I assume they will be, but I've got another rage. That's not the problem. It's more that my unarmed strike doesn't do very much.
Okay.
Your unarmed strike took one out in one go last time.
It did.
You've
but
the +4 strength modifier and raging. That's
it's
decent damage.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
You could wrestle the longsword out of. Oh.
I'm not going to take your sword off you. You need that. I'm just going to stand ready with them. So I imagine it's sort of like superhero Avengers. All sort of surrounded by.
I'm still waving this torch around like I'm Aragorn at Weathertop.
Okay, no, fair enough.
Lord of the Rings reference.
And I basically just wait to hear what's supposed to do next, basically.
Okay.
Very good.
Right, Blue, you're going now.
What am I going to do?
Again, just in the dim light, you can see all these movements in the dark ahead of you. You can't quite pinpoint any of them, but there's lots of movement. And again, to the sides of you now, with your passive perception, you're starting to see them creep out the shadows.
Okay, so first...
They got such bad stealth rolls. So bad. 2 natural ones, a 4, and then this group, I think the highest was, they got one of them, 2 of them stuck up and
two
then
of
one
them
of
stuck up
them.
on me,
Just like...
Awful.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
I am going to go, nobody steals my beef jerky, and run off and slice at this guy.
Okay.
Go on.
Can I just about see him, or is this
Yeah,
disadvantage?
you can just about see him. No, it's all with the torchlight. Oh, probably is disadvantage. Yeah. unfortunately. That natural one. You could roll again, see if you get another natural one. I don't know. No, you just swing, and it sort of sees you coming, and just literally as you slice, it just sort of lazily steps back. This rat grins.
I'm so angry. And then I turn around just whilst kind of engaged and go, Tanny! Run out of ideas.
What do we do?
We did it on the floor above us, so maybe now that we're on this floor, we're more their level, so we can defeat them again. Wait, this is yours.
Gives you that dice.
Okay, it's just so inspirational. It's difficult to put it into words.
Strong words. Who couldn't be inspired by those collection of words?
Well,
That's an intelligence level 6 logic of inspiration.
that is, yeah, that's...
Stay positive.
So,
We could funnel them.
you see sort of the three of them, they see you sort of disappear off and sort of, and into the darkness. They're kind of into the crates and sort of the various areas of sort of where all the cargo is scattered around. You see them all moving out this way. And
Gotta beat 11, Ryan.
okay. Two of them, you can see, are attempting to hide behind the boxes, and they kind of skulk behind the box, and for a second they're out, and then they poke their head up and go, oh shit! One of them does genuinely seem to disappear. You just lose track of him momentarily.
Fair enough.
Going down to Theren.
Alright, so I'm still waving the torch around. I turn to Aubrey, I'm like, grab a torch, wave it! Start waving this torch back and start backing away. I yell at Blue and Aubrey, back away to the corridor, bottleneck them, 2 at once, otherwise we're dead. And
Okay.
Good, sounds good.
start backing away, so yeah. So I would be moving
Retreat.
to here.
Yep, okay, to the doorway. Yep, great. Fantastic.
I don't think there's actually, because we've got a fight, I'm going to use...
Don't forget you've
is
got
that-
things like the dodge action you can take if you need to use your action on something, which
Yeah.
gives people disadvantage when they attack you.
Right, okay.
You've got various bits and pieces like that.
Does that count as my action, or can I use 4 of my remaining lay on hands points?
No, you can do that. That's
Great,
fine.
okay,
Talking is just that
It's free,
happens.
yeah.
You
As you
can do
roll.
Oh,
that.
so that's mostly just like movement I've done. Okay, right, and then I'm going to use most of my remaining lay on hands points, so I've got 1 healing point left.
Very nice.
Wow.
But I'm going to be back on full health for
Nice.
the upcoming
Okay.
charge.
Sounds good.
Nice.
Yeah. Sorry, just yelled in your ear then, didn't I?
That's okay.
Got a bit in character.
No, it's
Right.
alright.
So, okay. The others, seeing sort of you start to back away and that Blue is now sort of by himself. This one, from here, pulls sort of behind him and seems to just grab like a fishing net of some kind.
Oh, sodding
And
hell.
he takes it out and is going to attempt to throw it towards Aubrey. So a net, I think you've got
It's like a small dishcloth. Yes, no, I've...
It's like a
but-
dishcloth to use.
But I don't know.
Nothing.
I don't know if that would help.
Saving throws.
Saving throws. All right. Got it there.
Hang on. There's a proper net. There's a net somewhere.
Yeah, I can't remember how nets work.
Oh, it was here. I had it before.
Put them in the water and you wait a bit and then.
You wait a bit. Does it have
And
to be
then
any
you put it
water? Like sink?
Yeah, sink. Sink
Well,
will do
in a
it.
sink.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And then you go, utensils.
So
How are you doing, Theren?
Fine.
Calm down a bit.
Trying to keep the team alive.
yeah.
Aw.
So make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
You've got this.
Okay. I know I'm progressing it. Do I do this at disadvantage at all because of the darkness?
No, Theren has got a torch and he
Okay.
stood right by you,
Thank
so
you.
that's fine.
Okay. Plus my. So that's 11. I don't think that does it.
Dexterity saving.
Oh yeah. So 13.
13. There's a moment where you see this net and you go to dodge and you're like, oh, I've gone the wrong way and it's coming over me. And then just you see Blue move to the side, and you kind of just fall towards him, and it just comes past you and just misses you. And it's sort of, this one sort of goes, bugger.
Yeah.
And they all sort of start looking towards, and these two sort of fumble from their sort of packages and start pulling out what appear to be small crossbows.
Of course they do.
From the things. And they start cocking them in, and one of them's going to take a shot against Blue, and one of them's going to take a shot against you, Theren.
Okay.
With the light.
You're ready though.
They're going against Theren.
I'm ready, yeah.
It's a 19 to hit.
Of course that does, yeah.
Oh, brutal.
And...
He healed up.
Oh, that's lucky. 3 points of damage.
Great.
Okay.
And the one against Blue is only a 10 to hit.
Yeah, that doesn't hit.
No, it just things up the side of your scales as it sort of whistles past. But you can hear them sort of cocking more bolts into their equipment.
Jeez.
Back to the top, Aubrey.
It's me. Yep, so I'm going to follow Theren's direction.
Which is now bad direction.
No, I think it's good.
A tactical retreat.
My tactical retreat. I was trying to think.
There might be something good in the workshop.
Oh, I'm not thinking the workshop. I'm just thinking about if we can get cover somewhere so that they don't hit people as much. I guess, there probably is no barrels or anything down this corridor. You managed to make
Not in the corridor, no. The corridor's kept fairly clean, and you can see actually the doors sort of across are currently closed. So all the rooms that sort of lead onto this corridor.
Oh, would logistics have weapons?
Of course.
Alright, I am going to... I'm going to... Fuck, I'm just trying to think.
What do you mean by logistics?
Logistics is sort of equipment that is used in the ship. So supplies to fix it, rope, unused barrels. There are, and you could probably say there's probably not weapons, but certainly tools, brushes, and sort of cleaning materials and all this sort of thing. You know that the guards' quarters are a deck below where you are.
Alright. Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Stairs are there.
I'm going to, before I move back, I'm going to do one last attempt to unarmed strike this person in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, make an attack.
That is a 11.
11 doesn't hit,
Doesn't
unfortunately.
hit. Fine. And then it's a miss.
What did you roll, sorry?
A 5 plus.
Okay, yeah, no,
6.
sorry, my bad.
That's alright. And then I'm going to move back 30 feet, so 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I'll be next to Theren.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
assume,
He's going to take a swing at you.
Yep, that's fine.
For a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Again, you see this one coming, and he goes to stab at you with the dagger, and you just smack the arm away as you go past.
Cool.
Not adding it.
Cool. Yeah. Still raging, still,
Still happy.
Yeah.
Okay. Down to Blue.
Okay. Can I, in one move, disengage, run over to these guys, and hand my longsword to Aubrey?
Orbo.
You can? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I will do that. Can I get behind them, or am I wedged?
You can go through them. No, that's fine. You can
Okay.
move through friendly sort of people to the back.
Miss Aubrey, use my sword!
Auburn. I love it. I love
Like
it.
a toothpick. Thank you.
You have Blue's longsword.
Oh, thanks. You have to tell me the stats for it.
Brilliant. Can you use a longsword?
I can use simple or martial weapons,
There
so...
you go. You can use a longsword.
It's
Fantastic.
1d8, unless it's two-handed, in which case it's 1d10.
Oh, it will be 200.
1d10?
There's no finesse.
Yeah, there's no...
There is no finesse.
Alright,
So that's your
good to know.
action, your movement.
Yeah. Do I get a bonus?
Yeah, good bonus.
I think I've got one inspiration left.
I've still got an inspiration, so I'm fine.
Oh, do you?
You're very big and brawny. You could probably do better with this than I can, even though you're kind of weird.
Completely.
I honestly thought I was
The
going to.
logic of that inspiration defeats me somewhat, but you consider yourself inspired. It's more the fact that he's given you a sword. You're like, serviceable.
Finally!
My tool. Oh, perform great art with this. Okay, done to that.
It's sparkling like your eyes.
Oh.
Okay.
The torchlight, full of rage and
So
bloodshot.
going out of the... So even with your 60 feet of dark vision, so sort of coming down 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. So Theren, you can still see they're going to be trying to hide again as they calm down. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's better. Right. They is to skulk along this and sort of disappear as they're coming towards you. You sort of hear movement coming towards you. This one, again, is going to sort of pull out a crossbow and is going to take a shot this time at Aubrey.
Right.
As it's in, you're the only one fighting at the moment.
Sweet.
That one is a 10 to hit.
Does not
no,
hit.
I can't roll to hit you.
What a shame.
After that little ambush. So again, boom, it just sort of shoots and hits the wall, boom, into the wood behind you.
Okay.
Down to Theren.
Okay, right. With all the team together, I lower my voice so they can't hear because these things have a faint understanding of common, correct?
You heard the
From-
muttering
yeah,
in
I've heard the
common.
muttering,
It's difficult
so-
to know. Yeah, they're probably not linguists, but they seem to talk in it. And there's another sort of weird language that you can hear that you haven't quite got yet.
Ixnay on de Uberve.
Right, okay, so I kind of like
What do you
lean
think,
towards my
Tay-Tay?
team and sort of quietly go, alright, retreat, back at the top of the stairs. Aubrey, you take the stairs to our right.
Yeah.
You and I will take the stairs to the left, kill them as they come up one by one.
Okay.
Sounds
Right.
smart.
Lean away, scream, retreat at the top of my voice, and throw the torch into the hold at the only one I can see.
Okay, right.
If-
So
whichever one I
there
can
is
see.
one within 20 feet, so you can make an
That
attack.
one.
Yep. So make
come on.
It's an improvised weapon, a torch, so at disadvantage.
Oh, come on, come on!
5. I thought it was an 18.
18. You probably it just sort of and just hits the floor next to it, and sparks sort of come up.
That's
It
fine.
sort of steps away from it, but you think it's sort of near, and you sort of start retreating.
Yeah, so I'm going to start pulling back.
Right. Okay.
5,
You-
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'd be at the stairs.
On the top of the
As you
stairs.
start retreating, these ones now sort of disappear out of view. You again, just you hear sort of crank and as more bolts sort of shoot out of the darkness towards you. Aubrey, you can just, I'm not going to give you advantage against you because you can just see where they're coming from. 18 to hit
Oh, it does hit.
and a 16 to hit.
It does hit.
Okay. Rolling better now.
Stop it.
Yes, please.
So you're still raging.
Still
so
raging.
that's 7 points, so 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And 5 points, so 2 points of damage.
Okay, 7 left. Alright.
Okay. As you see, these bolts just start grazing off you, and one just thunk, it sort of comes into your side and sticks there, and you go, "Argh!" You just about pull it out. It hasn't gone too far in, but
Yeah.
you're about hurt.
That really hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're feeling it now. And it's now back to top, so it's actually now Aubrey and now Blue's go after that. So
And yeah, I'm just gonna push Blue back into that direction, or like try and shove him back as much as I can and go to where Theren told me to go.
okay,
And sort of
that's
turn
fine.
the corner, so.
Okay, right. So you make your way to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
You just about ascend. You're sort of quietly going up, making sure there's no one in. There's no one in the corridor that you'd left. You can still see the corpses of several of the rat creatures that you'd killed from before, and the doors to the bedroom are open now. You remember them closing as the two sort of hid.
Are the caltrops still there?
Yes.
Okay.
You sort of make your way up there. There appears to be nobody in the deck room. Again, the doors to the outside are closed, but nothing else. And again, you can still say you can hear this noise of this battle from outside. But you can all give me perception checks now. Here, there's a little bit more time. See if you hear anything coming up the stairs behind you, into the room, in front of you.
8, 9, sorry.
2.
2,
10.
10. even worse than all of your passive perceptions. That's great. You don't hear anyone coming up the stairs behind you, and you don't hear anything in the bedroom either.
Right, okay. The bedroom doors are open. Okay. And you said the caltrops are still there?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, like nails and bits of sharpened bone and stick, and it's all very crude and very animalistic in the way it's been put together. Very piecemeal.
Are we still in combat turns, or...?
Give me a description of what the three of you would be doing now. We can decide.
What would we?
Okay, well, I would... When we get to the top of the stairs, I would say, when the other two got to the top of the stairs, into the room and use the caltrops against them. And I would run and try and jump over the caltrops.
Okay. Right. Well, there's no combat situation,
I'll slowly walk through them.
It's pretty easy to make your way through. Are you walking through them?
Yes,
or?
Slowly picking my way through them.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So
can you do
make
that?
your way into the bedroom.
Then I'll do that.
That's fine. You're fine. You've got
You
a
can
little bit of
do
time.
both
You
if you
don't hear anyone coming up the stairs behind you.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'll probably drop my rage then. Like
You
just,
do, yeah. You just now you're out of the danger. Just that adrenaline drops from you, and just the pain starts to set in from the various bolts and scratches you've taken. Blue, how are you on health at the moment? Are you all right?
Full health.
Full health. Theren?
17, so almost full.
Okay, so
7.
Audrey, you can see Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Audrey, you're gonna do
No,
this.
don't.
Do this with Corrie or something. Aubrey is looking fairly beaten up at this point. But you can make your way. Yeah, you make your way into the bedroom. There doesn't appear to be. Several of the chests, probably Theren and probably Aubrey's are open at this point. Blue's appears to be, the lid is closed on it.
I prod Philip. Philip, wake up! Oh, he's asleep, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'll go to my chest and see, is my great axe still there?
The great axe, it doesn't fit in the chest,
Oh, God.
but it is under the bed. Yeah.
Oh!
You can see
Yes!
it's been moved, but clearly it was abandoned as too heavy for these small creatures that were in.
One swing is out.
Yeah,
Got it.
got the great axe.
Okay, while Aubrey's doing that, I turn to Blue and I'm like, help me put something in front of the door.
Okay.
I start pushing things in the way, make a sort of makeshift barricade.
Okay, it's easy enough to do. You've got bookcases, you've got beds, you can very easily create a sort of... if the two of you doing that, make me an intelligence check with advantage because you've got Blue's help just to construct this.
Okay, right, so first one's 14, second one is 2.
That's a good thing for... Okay, great. So again, you start pushing things in front of the doors. The doors are kind of... I mean, you close the doors or just keep it in the way?
We're going to keep them open.
I see.
So they can see us.
And
Okay.
it come towards us.
Yeah.
And it's just difficult terrain.
Okay, and what are you doing? You're just sort of hiding behind and waiting, or what are you up to?
So what I'm going to do, we're going to have the two of us, everyone, so I would tell Blue to stay off to the side, because he's got the least armour, and maybe put some clothes on.
Okay. I run and put clothes and my studded leather on whilst listening to him.
Okay.
Pants.
So you're putting your studded leather on, yeah, that's fine.
I turn to Aubrey. I don't have time to put my chainmail on. I turn to Aubrey and I'm like, stay in so they can just about see you. Be ready to duck in case the crossbows come back out.
I can do that.
Right. Okay.
We're a team!
How much of my armour can I put on?
So, heavy armour.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to put all my stuff on.
10 minutes, but with help, I think, is it halved? Heavy armour is 5 minutes. No, yeah, you...
I've got to be honest, the help you're getting is probably not... it's going to be either me or... Actually, I bet you'd be graceful as a big armour.
I would be.
Yeah.
I think you can get help. I think you can halve it. I remember reading this somewhere. If you've got help, you can halve the time it takes to put it on.
Right, okay. I ask for a volunteer to keep watch and a volunteer to help me put my chainmail on.
I'll keep watch.
Right.
I've now got... I can hit things.
Great, okay.
Okay.
Are you left or right?
Right.
Okay.
You're all right.
Aubrey, make a
Yes.
perception check for me as you
Okay.
keep watch.
That's a natural 20, so just one.
Wednesday.
There we go. I've only a good hit.
Yes!
5 seconds pass. 10 seconds pass. 20 seconds pass. There's no noise coming up the stairs. You don't hear anything. And actually, now that you hear it, you don't hear anything coming up the stairs. You suspect that they have abandoned their chase.
Okay.
And
what about outside? Can I hear the screaming, the shouting and stuff from before? The fire? Anything else?
outside, yeah, there's still a flickering light. It's sort of gone out. Every now and then, probably every sort of 15, 20 seconds, amongst that, you hear a couple of sword clashes, you hear a couple of like shouts, and sort of like, get back down here, get him off the ship, don't let him take that, get him off the, and then whatever, and they're just sort of shouting to each other. You can hear the guard are sort of up and sort of making do. And then every sort of 15, 20 seconds or so, you hear a sort of like a crack and a sort of like echoing sound every sort of 15, 20 seconds. And sort of next time, sort of, and you just hear a little scream at something. And that's all you hear from this point. But certainly there seems to be commotion. From the time you were below deck and now when you're up, the noise seems to have settled slightly.
Right, but it's still
difficult
going.
to tell.
Shit. Okay.
Miss Aberlin, what were you going for? I've gone English for some reason.
All right, Governor.
All right, Governor.
What's in that there colour go old?
The strange thing is we're all English and I don't remember talking like this in my life.
Can we leave it? Can we just run?
We can't run. Our friend, the captain, he owes us money. We need to go get that money, and he might be in trouble. Do you think someone else told him the secret? Did one of you tell him the secret?
What secret?
Well done, Blue.
Very good.
No.
No, seriously, what secret?
Don't worry about it, Blue. Okay.
Okay.
Am I in my armour now?
You're putting it on, you're about halfway.
Right. Okay.
So,
No, but we can't rule out the fact that. Thank you. That we can't rule out the fact that and the belt. We can't rule out the fact that that artifact, whatever it was, there we go. And there we go. Whatever it was, could have caused this somehow. What we need to do, assuming that there's still no sign of them out there by the time everyone's ready, barricade those stairs, make sure they can't use them to get up and flank us, and then we go onto the deck.
I feel we need to go now. Like I know I just,
I'm halfway through putting chainmail on.
but when you're dressed,
Clunking it on. You've
Yes,
got
but
kind
we
of like
must
the top piece on
barricade
now.
the door. We must barricade the stairs, because if they come from behind us, we're in the middle of
Yes,
combat, we're dead.
I see.
Would it help if I played music? You seem very stressed.
I'm a bit stressed.
Just breathe. Breathe.
So
Listen to my voice.
With Blue's help, I finished putting my armour on.
Yeah, the 5 minutes pass, and Aubrey, amongst other conversation, you're keeping watch out, and you don't hear anything coming from below the stairs.
I walk up to Aubrey, take my glove off, place my hand on one of her wounds, and say, "This is going to do next to nothing. I'm sorry," and heal her for 1 hit point.
It's
like a tiny little.
It's like
Giant
wiping
gate.
mud off somebody's face.
A bruise becomes slightly less purple.
Less than a blemish.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's barricade the stairs, get onto the main deck.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's going to barricade the stairs then?
I'll grab some of the empty stuff from the from the bedrooms, the empty chests that aren't ours. And
And there's extra beds and stuff. There's other things you can use,
I
like ticking
will
them off and stacking them up with your strength and with advantage. Intelligence check for me, please.
Natural
20.
Natural 20. Actually, given 5 minutes or so between you make a pretty effective barricade. Between unused boxes and beds, you actually manage to perfectly seal off both stairways. So whatever would have to come through, and sort of the way that you block it, sort of between the two ways that you come up, you almost sort of put a couple of bits in between, so that if you push one barricade, it makes the other more difficult to open. Sort of weird, just from accident.
Somehow it's just.
You've done a very good job. Well done. And you think it's pretty barricaded right now.
Great, okay. I go to the door to the main gate, the main deck.
Okay.
Okay, right. I turn to my companions.
I'm guessing it's gone by this point.
Ready?
Ready.
Ready? Yes. Pull open the door.
Kick it.
Oh, is it a push or a pull?
It's a bit of pull.
Okay, I go to kick it, you already opened it.
Steps in the way, almost condescendingly, but not quite. And the door is opened. You walking out onto the deck, you see what you can only describe as dramatic effect.
Splits into Titanic.
You see what appears to be the middle of the battle. Across the deck are several groups of individuals fighting and moving. You see, from where you stood, maybe 5 or 6 of the guards on deck. A couple suffering from pretty bad wounds. One of them slumped against a wall on the far side. 3 or 4 of them stood up, fighting effectively. But not rat creatures. Different, sort of, again, small, but this time almost sort of like a whitish grey skin, a sort of salty texture to it, like as if you saw something that had dried, you know, salt water that had dried over something, leaving that sort of slick
crystallized in a
texture
way,
to
yeah.
it. Little impish bodies with dreadlocked hair and long claws and fangs and a big hooked noses. What actually blue you would recognise as goblins, but not that you've seen before. Pale skinned and yeah, sandy almost, a sort of dusty colour, you could say. Locked into battles, a couple of guards are fighting 1 or 2 off. There are some rats jumping on top of one of the other guards whilst the goblin is sort of attacking wildly, and it looks like the goblins look a little bit more trained than the rat folk are. But generally speaking, there are more bodies of goblins and rats than there are of people. That's not what immediately takes your attention. What you see towards the rear of the boat, up on the back mast, are flames, as it looks like the canvas of the back sail has completely caught fire. And that's where we'll leave it today.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Because Ryan's got to prepare some more, which is good. Wow, you...
Sea salt goblin.
Shouldn't be alive.
I was worried. I was genuinely afraid I was going to...
You were.
It was gonna be a TPK.
You had it. It was fine.
That was tough. That was wow. I had that planned in my head, just the way that they were scattered through the ship in sort of various places, and just the way you approached it. Brilliant. You survived. There you go, session 1 done, no matter what happens now.
Oh my god.
Well, I think we're going to take a break here and go and relax a little bit. Thank you, everybody, once again. Thank you for watching.
You.
Join us next time as we see what this motley lot get up to on a burning boat in the middle of nowhere.
Oh god, yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere, aren't we?
Oh, are we mid-sail? We're not in dock?
Yeah, we're not a dock.
You've been
in
sailing
the middle of the
for
night.
6-7 hours.
So my suggestion of leaving...
We could still leave.
No.
I mean, that's very in character.
Yeah, fair play. Anyway, we'll leave it there.
It's sailing.
Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye!
See ya.
Bye.